got the kill, and Vastek's gonna find another one. He finds that shot. He finds two.
He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to R6 for St. Clair College. I'm John Bill Bangs-Numa, joined by Jackson Deprived Brown, and here we are, week number 2. Some decent results so far for the R6 team, but I mean, looking at this one, you're saying it's going to be a 2-0. I'm looking forward to a 2-0. We don't have an Oregon today, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah, no Oregon coming in the map pool today is St. Clair looking to take down Murray State and NJCAAE week 2 here. It's been a long time since I've been able to say that mouthful of a league name here now. So Murray State College is going to be the opponent here coming through today in NJ. And honestly, Saints have had a lot of success in NJ here so far this season and even in the last season. Now, the main reason here for playing in NJ is that they get Ubisoft points to the main cup if they actually do place high in the playoffs, which is very, very important, yes. And St. Clair, yeah, off to a great run. And we actually have a little bit of an interesting starting lineup here coming through tonight. It's not going to be your typical one. We are going to see Salty Boy Jesus. We are going to see Untold Warrior. We are going to see Rapid, Kinger, and JMB. So I believe that is going to be the 5 we're seeing starting tonight. No Chars this time around for this game between Murray and St. Clair. John, how are you feeling about this one?
It's interesting. We've seen Untold Warrior. He's had his pop-off moments, and obviously we talked about like the veterans of the team in Kinger and Rapid, the guys that have, and JMB's obviously the biggest veteran of them all, but the ones that have been around for a long time, we've seen them all have their really crazy pop-off moments, and I feel it's almost like they're teaching a lot of the younger players how to play, what to do, the less experienced ones, but I feel like especially Salty Boy's really stepped up in these last couple of weeks and shown that he has a lot of potential, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he can perform in NJC, because we know there's a little bit less of a competitive league than some of the other ones, but I still think there's a lot of room for improvement for this team as an overall.
There definitely is a lot of room for improvement, and there probably will be for both teams here coming through tonight, and we're going to see a lot of things teams have been working on, potential strats and everything along those lines. But regardless, expecting a good game here. I do believe we actually do have a map page as well that we can cut to when need be. So Cafe will be starting us off. Typically, that is something we saw in the map 3 here for the Saints as of lately. And they've actually been forced on the map 3 quite often lately. So quite a bit of experience on to Cafe. Moving on from that, we will be going over to Villa. And then finally, we go to Chalet. So no clubhouse here today, which is honestly really interesting considering how much we've seen it lately.
I think that St. Clair, you want to kind of flex your map pool a little bit. Obviously, maybe they did end up going towards the ban on Oregon. They've realized finally that they aren't very proficient on the map and they want to change it up here. So Villa looks like it will be the choice for Murray State. And St. Clair, I feel like, has definitely proven themselves really well on Villa a lot of times. And Cafe, obviously, we talked about how good they are in Cafe. They have that map on lockdown. They've had a few missteps on it, but overall, still a really positive map win rate for them in that regard. And on Chalet, I feel like we haven't seen too much Chalet from St. Clair.
No, we haven't really seen a crazy amount of Chalet, but Villa is something that we also really haven't seen a crazy amount of either. So it's nice to see a couple. Honestly, I'm excited to see it. So it's not just Clubhouse, Oregon, Cafe. That's what we saw a lot here for our past few series. So it is nice to get a change of pace now coming into this matchup. I think it's going to be very important here for the Saints to find a 2-0 victory. I'm going to be honest, just because I know how bad it can get with their momentum sometimes when losing maps and stuff like that. Like, we saw them start off last week to a great series. They won their map 1, like, squeezed it by, then they drop in Oregon, and then the map 3, they're all shooken up.
And even on Oregon, they were up 5-2 at one point. There was just no way that they could actually, we didn't think there was a way they could drop that map on Oregon. They were up 5-2, and then they lost, I think it was 6 in a row or something, couldn't get their momentum back, and then turned into a map 3 loss too. So I think I agree with you here. There's a lot of momentum-based play that I feel like St. Clair has, and it kind of results in you want to try and secure this victory once you get that momentum rolling, because I feel like once you start dropping maps, it just kind of becomes this snowball effect of, we can't find any kind of momentum, get on site, lock it down, and I feel like it kind of changes the dynamic of the team in a way.
Yes, we are just going to be waiting on one more player to join up in the lobby before we actually get started, and I was a little bit incorrect about my starting lineup here for tonight. It is going to be Chars actually in, alongside Untold Warrior, JM Beast, Kinger, and Rapid coming through. It is going to be the side of Salty Boy Jesus, who is going to be riding the bench here for this game, but no concern. He's been playing well in the last few. Going to give him a little bit of a breather here in this game and allow all the others to come through and play in NJ. And honestly, I don't think it's going to make that big of an impact on the Saints roster. I think they still should be A-okay here for their matchup at hand tonight.
Yeah, I think based on the results last semester, I think we can say that St. Clair really holds down, not even just in this esport, but in a lot of other ones too, NJ. Not necessarily as competitive. St. Clair usually dominates a lot of these series. So hoping to see the same kind of dominance here in our six in their first game of the season. But yeah, we should be getting in a game sometime soon. And what are you looking for St. Clair to do in this game?
Take early presence. Like, I mean, I was talking about it with them trying to find the 2-0 win with the momentum-based play. I think that the big thing is to just make themselves known that they are the team to beat here right now tonight. They are in the driver's seat of this game, and they control the pace. When that being said, you know, on the defense, play back, wait for those opponents to come to you. No need to get aggressive. Hold your angles and whatnot in that regard. And as for the offense, I'm really looking at the side of St. Clair to get aggressive, to not be as hesitant on getting those entry frags, and to actually push in as a more coordinated team than to be like, okay, you go one by one by one by one. No, they got to organize that a little bit better. So I hope they have been working on that in the past week or so since we saw them last, and it's going to be excited to see what they can do here tonight.
Because I feel like it's such an important part of R6 is being able to coordinate your pushes together, because it's so hard with so much utility on the field a lot of the times. Like, even if you're, you know, a step or two ahead of your teammate, it gives the opponent time to swing from one door to another, from one window to another, and gives them that small window of opportunity to try and take advantage of the little misstep that you have. So it's very, very important to coordinate those pushes. And I mean, it is the beginning of the season. It is 0-0 still for both of these teams. So moving forward, I think it is going to be, you know, I have a little bit of time to improve before, you know, you get into the meat of the regular season still.
Yeah, it is 0-0. Sorry, it is going to be the beginning of the season, but they've already played a couple games in NJ. So it's week 2 actually coming through. I think they're 2-0.
Okay.
If I stay incorrected, I'm not 100%.
1-0.
Okay, so 1-0 for the Saints, and then for the side of MSU, this is, or sorry, not MSU, MS College, yeah, sorry. Yeah. It is going to be the MSC, and then, yeah, it's going to be, they haven't played it yet, so they're going to play their both 2 games this week, I do assume. They're probably going to play their week 1 and week 2 game here right now, and yeah, the Saints are looking to try to take them down and maybe advance now to 2-0 in NJ.
Yeah, it'd be a good thing. And I mean, obviously, every win still counts. Every win still matters. So no matter where you are in the season, its statistics are going to matter for each of these games. So hopefully we can get started here in a few minutes, but we can go, yeah. Okay, so we're just going to, last player's having a little bit of trouble connecting to the lobby, so we are just going to talk a little bit more here. I mean, I really like the fact that they're not playing on Oregon. I think that's a big boon for them. I feel like even through last semester into this semester, we saw a couple of games on it just wasn't working for them. So I kind of like the fact that maybe they're throwing the ban towards that map and just saying, okay, we don't want to deal with it right now. And even if you're working on it behind the scenes, trying to improve it, I think that the fact that you're kind of letting it go during competitive play and not letting it be in the map pool is really good for you.
Yeah, I think it is very, very important that they did not play it, right? I mean, we talked about it and we emphasize it constantly on this stream, more than we should, to be completely honest.
It's true. We are a little bit harsh on them when it comes to Oregon.
Yeah, but it's just, it's so difficult to see sometimes when, you know, they'll have, like, what was it last time? 5-2 after half? But yeah, that's a killer right there. So we're going to see the St. Clair Saints try to turn things around here tonight without Oregon in the map pool. And as we were talking with Kinger last week, actually, it was more of him saying it's not that they are as much bad on Oregon personally that he feels. It feels as it's just one of those maps that every team is very strongly practiced on, and Saints are just a little bit behind the curve here for themselves compared to these other teams. But overall, they still feel like they're fairly confident in it. But with that being said, we are going to be hopping into the game, looking to start off with our ban phase, and it is going to be St. Clair looking to ban off the first attacking character first.
And it's interesting to see Cafe is the first map chosen here. A lot of teams usually like to go, especially St. Clair, on the third map because they are so practiced on it. They're very, very confident in this map and how well they can play it. But I mean, it's a good thing for St. Clair too, right? Just because if you're taking Cafe first, that means you want to try and get the momentum going early so you can convert that into the second map, into Villa, and try and take it to a victory.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're looking to do. And Thatcher getting banned, I mean, very, very standard here on these bans so far. So Jackal and Thatcher already out of this one. That's going to be very nice to see if you're St. Clair, just not having to deal with those. And now MSC will go for their first defending side ban, then St. Clair will follow up with one of their own, and Valkyrie, something that we see quite often here as well. And now will we see Mira as our final ban?
That's what I was thinking too. I think Mira on this map is so strong. The fact that you can sit in the freezer room back there in the center of the map, especially on third floor, is so strong with Mira.
I mean,
can lock down a site incredibly well, and that's going to be the mirror ban coming through. So no surprises here in the ban phase.
So honestly, yes, I do agree that the mirror ban is, useful. Well, sorry, it's like mirror overall great on this map. But with the Saints starting on defense, I'm kind of surprised they banned it. If they could have like almost abused Mira very early on and maybe take a 6-0 lead in the game potentially or something along those lines. But regardless, they're going to ban it out. Just play it safe. And we are going to see the first picks come through here now. Looks like we're going to be starting on the 3rd floor as the objective location is being picked. St. Clair will start on the defense. MSC on the offense. Want to talk this one?
We got Thorn coming in for Kinger here. Very interesting choice. Kate actually slipped through the ban phase as well, so we are going to be seeing him. And a couple of interesting picks here for the side of St. Clair. Not typical operators that you would see play Capcan for JM Beast as well. So I really like what St. Clair is doing here. They're changing up some of their operators here, and I mean, we haven't really seen too much of these players on these specific operators, so it'll be interesting to see how they play it out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here for sure to see how this whole game gets played out. And here we are. We're looking to get things underway. It's going to be the preparation phase starting us off. Everybody from the St. Clair Saints are just putting down their util. The side of MSC going to be sending out their drones, trying to gain any sort of intel. MSC going to, look to find these bombs, of course. I mean, it's going to be very easy for them, of course, but bombs already spotted out. And it is now St. Clair just, setting up for their defense. And MSC, what do you think they do here? Do you think they go aggressive early on, play a little passive, try to figure out what the Saints are doing?
I think you play passive. I think a lot of times when you see these early games, you kind of try and figure out how your opponents like to set up, what their operator choices are on each person, and how they play up, like what kind of positions. Do they play a one roaming style? Do they play no roaming? Do they want to stick everyone on site? Like, how do you play around this team comp that St. Clair has chosen? I think that's why you see them play a little bit more reserved here. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, we see already one head poking out there. Kinger, no surprise. He's going for that spawn peek. We see him do it all the time. JM Beast actually going to be the first one to find a kill, though, on the Rubber Ducky.
Okay, so the Saints are, doing exactly what I said. They're playing aggressive, and they are deciding the tempo of this game, as Kinger and JM Beast are both having their own dedicated kills here now. Rubber Goose will fall, as well as Rubber Ducky. Oh, but they're all rubber, except for Ratman Rocks. Oh, I guess we should introduce the side of MSC here right now. Rubber Loon, Rubber Ducky, Rubber Goose, Ratman Rocks, and Rubber Hawk are going to come through here for the side of MSC, so a lot of rubbers coming through.
Surprised there's no 5th rubber man, though.
I know.
It's a little bit interesting. But
Rubber Ratman Rocks.
Maybe he's the captain. He's letting anyone know that he's the one who rocks. He's the rat who runs the rubbers. He's going to find the first kill for the side of MSC as well onto Kinger. So 4v3 now. Still a lot of time, though. 2 minutes remaining for the attackers here to try and find a way in. And Kinger, the roamer, down. Now it's a little bit less pressure on the attackers just in case someone's coming up from their flank.
Yeah, you know what? Kinger just going to get a little bit too over-aggressive. He was spotted outdoors once again, so it means he was looking for a potential another spawn peak or something along those lines. It just did not pay off. But honestly, MSC don't really have a whole lot of resources to break into the site here now. Already losing 2 players, one of which being the sledge, so you can't really make a lot of your own openings. As we do see everybody still outside for the side of MSC. They don't really have an entrance down into the site yet. It does look like this hatch might be the motive, but honestly, if you're from the side of MSC right now, you're going to have a really tough time breaking in with only 3 players.
Yeah, they're just trying to see if they can find any picks through this skylight here, seeing if they can spot out any players maybe walking by. Not going to see anything so far, and I think, they're going to spot one, but Rapid going to find the kill onto Rubber Luden there. And now a 4v2. Bomb is down on the roof. Will be picked up here in just a second. But a really tough task now with only a minute remaining.
Yeah, you got to crawl to go get that bomb, as Rapid will force the player off of it. And it's going to be Rubber Hawk now going to back up from that one after acquiring the diffuser. 4-on-2 is going to really cause some problems. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. MSC has to make a play call here and make it soon. Ratman will drop down first and followed up by a teammate. But look at that utility. Rapid able to shut them both down with headshots. St. Clair will take round number 1 in dominant fashion, only losing Kinger.
3 kills for Rapid in that round. And I mean, when you're stuck with only 30 seconds left, you have to drop there somewhere. You didn't really have a choice. You don't have time to walk around and grapple onto the side of the building. You have to drop through that, and Rapid just sitting there. Heard the audible cue from the shock, and that was 2 free kills for him. And now a 1-0 lead here for St. Clair. Looks like they will be going for a similar team comp, except we'll get a little bit of change here. No Thorn. We're going to go with the Doc, the Wamai, and the Mute for St. Clair here. Cade and Capcan staying.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, it looks fairly standard-ish here. We actually do see a 6-pick for Aruni coming through and a 6-pick for Finka on either sides. We're now going to be moving over to the first floor, being the kitchen service and the kitchen cooking bomb site locations. And yeah, St. Clair off to a great start. They're looking to carry on with their momentum on the defensive side. Now, John, being aggressive, I would say it paid off, right, for the Saints. You know, they went 2 for 1 overall in the aggressive picks. And now, do you think that St. Clair tries to do it again, or maybe not so much now that MSC might be looking for it?
I think you always have to have that one roamer, right? You always have somebody who's going to be around the map making sure that you have kind of a flank potential, that you don't all get cut up on site. Because if you stick too many people on that floor where the bombs are, a lot of times you can't really stop a hard push into a site because there's just not enough players and they're all stacked together. So you also have to kind of give the attackers something else to think about, right? So I think I want to see some aggression. I don't really see too many aggressive operators in this choice so far. A lot of the time, these 5 ops like to stay on site. And I mean, you could still have Kinger with the potential. He does have the ACOG there with Doc, so we could see him go for something aggressive, like a spawn peek like he is. He's looking for someone here. There is someone inside the window, but he's going to back off.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go for a spawn peek. Nowhere near as aggressive as what it was previously in that last round, though. Not actually able to spot anything out, and he's still looking around this hole, at least. Still trying to see if anybody's going to come up onto the second floor ledge and try to contest him there from above. But it doesn't look like MSC is really going to focus too much attention over there towards Kinger. Now, trying to find their own openings and potentially their own picks as they try to break this first line of defense coming through. And so far, a lot slower of a round starting us off in this one.
JM Beast has an angle on these 2 players in the window, though. They are droning out, trying to see if they can spot anyone here. We'll see if they try and move up into this window. They're going to see an arm. Can he get the shots through? Actually, somehow gets through there. JM Beast not able to get shots through. So we'll be able to put someone in sight here. They're going to spam through the wall rapid. Going to find the first kill there onto Rubber Loon, though. There's another player behind this wall. He's going to lean down. No, he's going to actually get taken down by Rapid, finding 2 already in this round. 5-0-0 for Rapid so far in this game, popping off.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. Rapid has been having a game for himself already early on, finding 3 in the first round and starting it off with the first 2 picks in the second round. With St. Clair in a 5-on-3, this is going to make things extremely difficult. Now, for the side of MSC, Rubber Ducky actually going to get stuck by a little bit of utility there and now tagged down just ever so slightly. And now being on Iana as well, that's not good to be like kind of spotted out here now and give that intel over to the side of St. Clair, because Iana, you're meant to be like kind of sneaky, aggressive, you know, fast, to lurk around. But Rubber Ducky not able to do that as of quite yet. Rubber Hawk will be getting shot down and peppered to 1 HP, essentially. 1 bullet and you are losing your life.
Ooh, Rapid got spotted out there, but he's somehow going to find the headshot there. Triple kill for Rapid, looking for more, but Kinger going to take the 4th kill here. 1 player remaining, going to shoot out 1 inside. Does get Untold Warrior, a 4v1 now. But Ratman all by himself on the outside here. Does not have bomb either. It is going to be a tough task. You see 2 players already running towards him. They know exactly where Ratman is. It's like they will try and hunt him down on the outside here. And I don't really think he has anywhere to go.
No, he is looking for whatever opening he can find. He actually will take down Rapid. Rapid was tagged down a little bit, but honestly, Rapid does inflict about half the HP from Ratman down. So this could make things easier now for the remaining 3 players of the Saints. You still do have 3 of these, you know, initial core players here on the roster as well. So I think there's no concern for St. Clair. They still should have a fairly easy time locking this one down.
Yeah, I think with no bomb in hand either, it is really tough. I think Ratman, unless he goes absolutely crazy here, finds all these kills, should be really hard to do. That is going to be Chars finding the headshot and claiming round 2 for St. Clair. And a solid start. Rapid finding 2 early picks really made such a difference because you saw how much hesitancy they had after that, right? Because when you're down 2 players with 2 minutes left in the round, like your entry is down, you don't really have a good choice, and you don't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah, so we were on the 3rd floor, we were on the 1st floor, and now we're moving on to the 2nd floor, someplace we haven't been yet. It's going to be Reading Room and Fireplace Hall being the bomb site locations as for this one, and it looks like a lot of these players are going to be spawning at Park and River Docks for the side of MSC. And no really crazy surprises. Yes, we see a Malusi come through, something that we don't see maybe all the time, but we do see a lot of 6 picks here as well. King are going to be going on the castle, trying to lock down this site. Rubber Hawk going to switch out here as well onto the 0.
It's interesting that we see so many choices here from St. Clair, switching, depending on the site, switching up operators, even who's playing them. We saw, last time, we saw Rapid on, I think it was the Aruni, but now we see Untold Warrior on the Aruni, Chars back on the Wamai, and Kinger with the Castle now. So it's interesting to see the different operator choices they have. and the different kind of roles they play, because Kinger, normally the aggressive peeker, is playing Castle, and
Yeah.
you can peek with Castle, and I'm pretty sure he probably end up peeking with Castle because that's what he does, but not typically a roaming operator, but is opting to go with that for this round.
I mean, as long as you get your utility down, I mean, that's the big thing, right?
True.
When you're on Castle, if you can get your utility down and then get aggressive peeking, it's not like the end of the world if you do lose your life, because you already set down all those reinforced walls and reinforced windows, whatever it may be. But here we go. We are going to get this round underway. For the side of MSC, they're looking to attack any aggressive peaks. It doesn't look to be the case as of yet, but here it is from Kinger, firing away so much damage. Rubber Rocky going to go down as Rapid was also helping on the peak. Kinger still has 2 players trapped on this back site, and he definitely knows that was not the only player back there.
It is going to be so tough now to get out of this spot, right? Because you can hold both sides. He's going to spawn Clair out. Finds the heady there, and that is going to be a second kill already. And again, 2.5 minutes remaining, and it's already a 5v3. It makes this push next to impossible because you don't have your entry there. You don't have... you have 3 players left, and you have 2.5 minutes. You have a lot of time trying to decide how you want to attack it now, but these spawn peaks are just killing MSC right now.
MSC.
MSC.
Yeah. So it is going to be Rubber Goose, Ratman Rocks, and Rubber Loon coming through. Ratman Rocks will find one onto Rapid, and that's a very big pick. He's 7-2 right now, and it's definitely been helping out the side of the Saints find their initial 2 rounds. So to have him out of this one is definitely going to prove to be a benefit. But you still have 4 more of these players to worry about. You're still at a player disadvantage as well. You are doing a little bit more work here now. They have more site control than they typically have had in the previous past.
They are able to blow up one of those Aruni door traps as well for the moment. They have to get rid of the second one. They can walk through it. Kinger are going to open up some more lines of sight over by the bomb position. And minute and a half. Still a lot of hesitation here from the side of MSC. They don't know where they want to go quite yet. Looking to come through this garage door, but they've been punished in the last 2 rounds both times to try and push through here. They are going to spot one player out. JMB's going to hold his angle. Not quite going to go for it just yet. Going to toss the Nitro Cell out, but not going to catch anyone with it. 2 players waiting for him here. Ratman is going to find a kill in the meantime, but does find the headshot there. JM Beast making it 3v2. Other player is not going to peek for the trade back. And now a more doable for Murray State here, but still a tough task.
Yeah, you really wish you didn't lose that one to Jam Beast there, getting aggressive towards outside. You probably definitely not expecting that play either. Jam Beast typically wouldn't do that unless he was in NJ here today. So now some utility getting sent in for the side of MSC, now trying to enter into the site. We do have Ratman Rocks, who's already got his way, a majority of the way through the site, and he's been the standout player for me so far for the side of MSC as well.
I mean,
always finding himself.
He's the only player that has a kill so far for MSC, so definitely heading up the team here. He is the player that might have a chance to turn this round around.
Spotted out a player. We'll get the cleanup. That's 2 down, actually. Char is going to make this a 1v1. Him versus Rubber Loon. Rubber Loon on the board with the kill as well here now. Utility getting sent through. They're both trapped out on this staircase area. Char's, though, going to come and look for another line of sight as falling off. And Rubber Loon, he's still got to go up a floor. That's the thing here. He's still got to go up some stairs. Char's knows this.
He does have bomb. That's the important thing. So he has an avenue. If he can get his sight, going to go for the shots, and Rubber Loon actually going to find Charge there, win the fight. And from a 5v3, somehow MSC pulls it out and finds a round for themselves. That's got to be a confidence booster.
Yeah, definitely guys, got to be a confidence booster here for sure. I think it's the Saints just playing a little bit too aggressive is the problem right now, right? I mean, they built that too much confidence. However, we're going to be heading back onto the 3rd floor where they had their most dominant round win before. So they're looking to pull it off here once again as we are looking at a 2-1 scoreline here after the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a reminder too, like as much as you want to be able to just go out and make those aggressive plays and believe you're going to win the gunfights, Ratman Rocks in that round is triple for him. Like, there's still potential for MSC here, and with that round when it definitely makes you go on your back foot a little bit if you're St. Clair and say, okay, we can't just outgun them every single time. JM Beast with this 6-pick Caviera, though, that's going to be an interesting one here. Feeling a lot of confidence here on this 3rd floor.
Yeah,
again.
I think St. Clair should be going for these aggressive initial peaks. Once they find those 2 frags, go back to default.
Yeah.
Just go back to what you normally do, or even if you just find 1, just whatever may need to be done. After the entry frags, just keep those lives for as long as you can and set up for default. No need to send the like 3 players roaming on the defensive side. So we'll see what happens overall. Preparation phase going to be wrapping up here now. As we look at the scoreboard, it is going to be mainly Ratman, Rocks, and Rapid who are just kind of running the show here for either side. St. Clair having a little bit more depth here in the roster as it comes to kills, where the side of MSC, it's a little concerning because it's almost like if Ratman, Rocks goes down early round, like what do you do kind of thing right now?
I do think it'll be rough if he does end up going down early, but he has been able to preserve himself quite long in these rounds, so I don't think he will. Rubber Hawk going to get chipped down very, very low here. Char's taking a little bit in response, but Rubber Hawk already down to 25 HP. It's going to be a rough round for him.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make things a little bit more difficult, and it actually makes them have to go through a whole other line of sight to actually kind of make their way over to where they want to be. Kinger still in a very, very good spot here, potentially looking for players to break this window out, and then he can find the dedicated kill. That window is going to be shot down. Kinger still just right underneath it. He's going to go hop up looking for a pick. Player right to his left. I think Kinger's not in a great spot, but he'll sneak away just in time. And he does still gather a little bit of intel from that as well.
And it makes the MSC have to hesitate in how they want to entry too, right? Because every time you walk up towards this wall, you have to make sure that a player is not watching you there. You make sure that when you're going to go repel, he isn't going to pop out of the window and take you down. So 2 minutes remaining, so a lot of time, a couple of hatches down here, and Rubber Ducky has actually made his way into the stairwell here to try and start something, try and get up these flights of stairs and make it to the 3rd floor, get some momentum going, but still, so much hesitation here for the side of MSC.
Yeah, and this is in a 5-on-5. I thought the hesitation was coming previously due to the 5-on-3, but no, it looks like this is just their play style. Play it nice and slow, wait till the last minute here to make your push. We've seen it work out nicely before. We've seen it not work out so great before as well. So we'll see how MSC does in this one now that this is their first time actually in a 5-on-5 after the first, 2 minutes or so. JMB will also lose his life to a player from behind, but we do have Rapid here able to cut down the play. Not able to get the revive on JMB though.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, Rapid. If he had just been a half second sooner, he could have been able to get that trade. Ooh, Vinkarez going to come through. Going to get shot up. Rubber Loon going to survive here. Able to sneak away. Shot's going to come through. Not going to be able to get the player just yet. That's going to be Rapid finding Rubber Goose on the other side of the map. So a double kill for him so far. Not going to peek this quite yet. Knows there's a player on the stairwell. That's going to be a triple kill for Rapid. Rubber Loon going to get Kinger as well. Now a 3v2. Can they respond?
Oh,
quad kill.
Yeah, he's going to have 4 for himself here now. It's all up to Rubber Hawk, who, if we do remember way back in the beginning of this round, Rubber Hawk actually did take damage very much so, getting knocked down to, below half. I think that was from Kinger there, and he will fall to Untoward Warrior, now getting on the board with his first kill as well, and it is going to be St. Clair leading 3-1 after the first 4 rounds on defense. Now, here's the thing. If St. Clair can take, a 5-1 advantage, even 4-2 here after this half, I think they'll have a lot of success going into the offense.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I think if you can get that momentum going on the defensive side, you only need a couple rounds on the offense. I think definitely going to seal it up here, and a good round for St. Clair. I think a little bit iffy. The Cav pick was very, very interesting. Didn't quite work out for them, but in the end it will be them all going. Now we're on 1st floor, and there will be 5 spawns on Park here. So if Kinger gambles right on where he thinks the spawns are going to come through, he's going to have a heyday from his spawn peak.
Yeah, that is why I wanted to touch on it. If you have Rapid and Kinger both looking at, in each, the 2 separate spawns that are very typical for these bomb sites, it could cause some problems here because having all 5 start at the same spot is either going to benefit them or be detrimental to their success.
I was going to say, if they all 5 peek Kinger out a window, I don't think Kinger's going to win that one. So they're going to have to definitely watch where they go here, watch their pathing, and remember that that threat is there, and I'm sure they don't forget about it because every single round Kinger is just terrorizing them 2 seconds into the round, but it should be interesting to see how they will respond. And a couple players here for the side of MSC definitely picked it up here. You see 3 kills now for Rubber Loon. Ratman still sitting at 6 here, and a kill over for Rubber Ducky, so a little bit of improvement, but we see Rapid 11-2-1 for St. Clair. Definitely a standout player in this game so far.
Yeah, he's definitely been having himself a game, as we do see everything try to get turned around for MSC here in this round with all of them spawning Park. Let's see how it pays out, as it is going to be them all spawning O, and they're wrapping all around here now, looking to come up through the back angle. Doesn't look like there is any spawn peaks over here. JMB's not going to be looking for any of these players as well, and this is going to really confuse St. Clair, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think they learned, obviously, almost every single round they were peeking those windows on the other spawn sites, and they're going to spot one head. Not quite going to shoot for it yet, though. Rubber Ducky, just a little bit of hesitation there. couldn't quite find that head, and that's going to be a kill over for St. Clair early on. Kinger finding 2 already.
I think Kinger's stat line wasn't moving fast long enough for him, and then he's like, you know what, we got to get more aggressive on these guys. And Kinger will get shot out finally, but 2 for 1. I mean, I think you take it here. The only thing is he took down 2 of those players who might not be as strong from the side of MSC, where Rubber Loon and Ratman, those are the 2 players you really want to find out. But regardless, being in a 4-on-3 at this point in the round is really beneficial to St. Clair's success. Now another player trying to hop in, but Rapid will shut down Rubber Loon, leaving it all up to Rubber Goose and Ratman Rocks in a 2-on-4. And I'll tell you right now, they don't have a crazy amount of map control to work with, just due to Kinger getting so aggressive so early on. But JM Beast will fall to Ratman. Ratman now 8-4, and he's definitely been a standout player for the side of MSC. Now in a 3-on-2, and MSC looking to make their entry into the site.
They have to be careful how they come in, though. A lot of players down. There is a player waiting over there on the other side of the fire hall. That is going to be Rapid finding Rubber Goose there, and it is just up to Ratman Rocks. Half HP. Can he find 3 players at full HP? Shot's going to come through. Not quite going to go down just yet. Finds the head, though. Ratman with a triple here has potential for an ace. But these 2 players were St. Clair, Chars, and Untold Warrior. A little bit of a rookie talent here. Hopefully they can try and find something.
Yeah, I mean, I do not agree with that aggressive play coming through from Rapid. No need to be outside at this point in the game with only a minute left on the clock. But Untold Warrior will be able to shut down Ratman Rocks, the rookie, coming through and making a big play to keep St. Clair's round alive. Now going to be a 4-1 scoreline, I believe, after the first 5. St. Clair is looking for another. If they can make this one a 5-1 half, it'll be huge to St. Clair's success.
Yeah, and I think you see St. Clair making those high-confidence plays. You saw JM Beast peek in the window there. You saw Rapid going outside trying to find him. But I think St. Clair just not respecting Ratman Rocks' potential. He's been able to find these kills consistently in these rounds. And yes, his teammates falling all around him isn't helping him at all. But he is able to find these frags. And, I mean, realistically, despite the fact that St. Clair was up 2 players, again, they go down to a 2v1. It's definitely a potential round that if Ratman Rocks can find Untold Warrior there, it could definitely be their round, and it could be a 3-2 game instead of a 4-1 game.
Yeah, I mean, Ratman was the big player to watch there. He was the one that was looking to make the play, and he, like we've been talking about, Ratman's like, I feel like if Ratman doesn't make a play, it's going to be St. Clair's round. And that's just to be brutally honest at this point in time right now, because if you look at the score from their team, they have 4 combined kills. That's not on Ratman. Ratman has 9. He is doubling all 4 of his teammates' kills combined.
Well, I think the thing for St. Clair, too, is like Rapid is kind of doing the same thing. He's 13-3 right now. Kinger with 5 kills. I think he had 2 in the last round. So I think definitely Rapid doing a lot more. And I feel like for R6 specifically on the attacking side, it is a lot more difficult to make plays if you're not as experienced, or if you feel like it is one player kind of just carrying the whole team. I think defensive-wise, it is a lot easier because you can't have players just holding angles, making sure you get all your util down, and I feel like it is a lot less on one player as it is on the whole team, because you can just kind of sit on angles and make sure that no one's going to cross your path.
Exactly it. So Kinger will be looking for an aggressive peek here now onto the site. But it's not going to look to pay off too well. It doesn't really find any benefit, and we're going to stay in a 5-on-5. We have Rubber Goose tagged down, but nothing really crazy. And yeah, MSC just looking to find their openings here onto the site. All of them getting up in the sky here now as they do grapple. I believe this bomb site's 2nd floor, yes. Last time, the 2nd floor is where they lost it, so they're looking to regain this time around and find a round win in round number 6 to end off this half.
Rapid's going to peek outside here. He's going to try and find one player, but Rubber Goose finds the trade there. He did manage to find him. Oh, yeah, Rubber Goose went down, actually. Ratman Rocks was the one to find the kill. And, I mean, a trade 1-for-1, I feel like at this stage isn't the greatest thing. Oh, player going to come through. Ratman to find JM Beast as well. Now a 3v4 here. And you said last time, 2nd floor was the one they lost, and this is definitely potential. Kinger going to find Ratman, though. That's a huge pick.
That is a massive pick, yes, but Rapid, why are you doing this? Why are you swinging outside? I mean, yes, it is going to be like NJCAAE and them coming through and, you know, feeling like they have a little bit more confidence here coming through in this league. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you play like how you would play any other game. And it just doesn't seem St. Clair's doing that here right now. But, hey, they do have a player advantage. They have taken down a lot of these players from the side of MSC, mainly being Ratman and Rubber Loon. Those are 2 players that are massive to already have out of this round. With Kinger charged and Untold Warrior now looking for the cleanup, they should be in fairly good positioning, especially with a player advantage.
And I think especially with the bomb where it is, that is going to be a very, very difficult position for the side of Murray State to attack, because it is kind of in this awkward corner where you have your 2 choices are either to walk all the way across the map or swing in through this window that St. Clair will be 100% watching. Shots going to come through. Rubber Ducky actually going to find Untold Warrior there. Now a 2v2 scenario. Rubber Hawk going to be on the roof, and there's going to be Rubber Ducky inside. So we'll see where they try and attack from. It should be interesting. 48 seconds remaining. A decent amount of time, but they have to try and find an attack strategy sometime soon.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? With 40 seconds, there is a decent amount of time theoretically until a disruption happens in your plan of attack, and it doesn't work out. Just like that, Chars will shut down Rubber Ducky. Now when you're Rubber Hawk, you have to come through, find this 1v2 win against Kinger and Chars. The chemistry between those two players, unreal from playing with each other, non-stop, day in, day out. So it's not going to be easy here for Rubber Hawk to try to separate this defense and find a plant, actually.
He doesn't have
no
bomb
diffuser.
either,
Yeah, and
so.
with only 10 seconds, I think that's almost going to wrap up the round.
Yeah. He has no way to actually get to this bomb, not enough time. Two players are nowhere near him. He will be shot down here quite low, but won't go down just yet. Trying to save the KD here, trying to run away. Will be able to save his life, but in the end, St. Clair going to win that round anyway. And a pretty solid attacking round, or defending round here so far for St. Clair.
A 5-to-1 half. You can't complain about that
No,
if you're St. Clair.
not
I
at
mean,
all.
to be brutally honest, like, yeah, okay, what? You can argue that a 6-0 would have been nicer. Okay, yeah, it would have been nicer, but you took the half 5-1. You only need 2 rounds to actually close this one out here now, which is going to be so good here for them. Just knowing that attacking might not be as much of a strong suit here for them. We're using a Monty.
They're going 3 shields on attack here. I feel really bad for MSC right now because you need to have a flanker come around and take them out, but this is going to be so tough. 3 shields on attack here. A very bold strategy for St. Clair, to say the least.
Yeah, hey man, we'll see if it pulls off. We'll see if it pays off, sorry. As it is going to be St. Clair looking to start on their attack. Now, do you think MSC goes to the spawn peaks? Do you think they're going to give it a try, or do you think they sit back and play more of a default setup here?
I think you got to play a default setup. You can't go for spawn peaks, but I feel like they know St. Clair has all of them on lockdown. They know exactly where they want to go. An interesting choice here. They're actually going to go with first floor. Typically, we see a lot of teams go to third floor on the first rotation here. They really feel it is probably the easiest site to defend. So it's interesting to see that they are going for this first floor kitchen op. And I mean, for St. Clair, you have 3 shields, so it actually benefits you amazing because you can just walk right from the spawns right into this kitchen here with the 3 shields stacked up, and not really a lot of great angles for flanks.
Yeah, so we will see how this one does get played through here now. As it is going to be St. Clair starting the action phase. They have 3 minutes here now to look to put this diffuser down or wipe the enemy team. Doesn't look like any aggressive spawn peaks coming through as of right now. All the shields are in action, and we'll see how they can do. I mean, the shields are really going to help to get in the site early on. Like, let's argue that, because they're just not going to be able to shoot down St. Clair. Like, look at this.
Yeah, they're literally sitting around each other, just making sure that no one can shoot them from any angle. So we have the Monty shield extended here. Aruni is going to block that for a second, but Monty going to need to walk through here. This is going to be, I don't know what they're going to do against this, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you have a couple players from St. Clair just way behind all these shields with their rifles, ready to kind of try to come in and find these frags when it's a little bit unexpected. Untold Warrior, though, going to get shot out from the side. This has now gotten a little bit sketchy. Kinger, though, will find Rubber Ducky, and that is the start you exactly are looking for to make this one a 5-on-4. But Untold Warrior going to give up too much of his side now. Just like that, that's what results. 2 players will fall. Rapid trying to get back up, but will just go down. Rubber Hawk tagged out. Rubber Goose is knocked. And this is now going to be a 3-on-3. Health in favor of St. Clair as they look to make their way towards the bomb sites. They've been doing a great job of entering so far. Rubber Hawk will find JM Beast, though. Now Kinger looking to get a potential trade-out here with Chars alongside him. Rubber Loon will go down. Chars looking for one, not able to get the complete cleanup. Rubber Hawk going to be tagged down to nearly 1 HP, and Kinger will come through, I believe, with 4 kills in that round, and will help find the round win for the Saints, now on match point.
The Blitz and his pistol absolutely popping off in that one. And I mean, it looked a little bit shaky for St. Clair early on there. The Monty went down decently early, as well as the Osa, but somehow Kinger was wrapping around on the flank and was able to find 4 kills there. And that is going to be match point now for St. Clair. 6-1 game, and they've just kind of been smurfing all over MSC this game.
Yeah, I mean, not literally smurfing. They're all playing under their
Oh,
main
yeah,
accounts,
obviously,
but they're definitely
you know,
making it seem that way
yeah.
for sure here right now with the 6-1 advantage. But it's nice to see from MSC that they're going to the third floor here now. You know, theoretically something that's a little bit more defender-sided and, you know, the typically more picked location here for the bomb site going if you are a defender. So we'll see how this one does work out. We see Nomad going to get 6th pick there on Untold Warrior, but besides that, nothing really too out of the ordinary as we do get ready for this one. Now, the big thing is that if you're MSC, the momentum, the morale right now is so hard to earn back, just knowing that St. Clair only needing 1 round where you need 5, not even to win the game, just to force an OT.
Yeah, and I think definitely Ratman Rocks just struggling a little bit in these last couple rounds. We saw him do so well. But again, like you said, it's 6-1 now. You have to reverse sweep, and it's going to be a very, very tall task if you want to try and do it. And I think at this point, your mind kind of casts that second game, how you want to figure it out, how you want to play it. Because this first one, I feel like you had a couple good chances, especially after that round win that you ended up finding in round number 3. But after that, St. Clair really just shut you down. And I mean, honestly, I think if they would have played default a lot of times instead of going for those aggressive peaks, I think instead of these rounds being, you know, 3v1 wins or 2v1 wins or 2v0 wins, it's more of a 5v2. That's going to be Rapid going down very early here. JM Beast, not going to let him respawn or revive either.
I'm not going to lie to you. I just don't like that. Like, it's still a league game, man. This isn't scrims or anything. Like, I think you should still be focused here, you know, up in this matchup. You know, not, you know, team killing your player down there. But it is what it is. We are going to carry on with this one moving forwards here now. St. Clair will still have a 5-round advantage, but immediately losing the player who's 14-6, not the start you're looking for, as St. Clair is looking to close this game out. That being said, Kinger going to be sending some more drones in, trying to gather the intel, but this immediately gives MSC just such a massive upper hand. And I don't know. Like,
I think they're feeling very confident, obviously. The fact that you're putting it to a 4v5 and kind of saying, okay, we want to be able to play with the Snarry shot's going to come through on that P-pool there, but not going to be able to catch that player just yet. JM Beast going to walk through the back corner room here. Sledge going to knock out a wall. Going to try and peek this corner. Not going to spot out that player actually on the side. Char's going to find a kill to start us off though. Going to spot one player out. Going to get the one head. Going to get the second as well. JM Beast finding 2. See one player on the stairs. Not going to be able to get the third though. Kinger going to find him anyway. And now 4v1. Just Rubber Loon down to a 3rd HP. Bomb going to come down as well. Can he try and find a kill at least on this planter? Going to find one, but Kinger going to get him back. And that is going to be it. St. Clair will take map number 1. Very, very solidly.
Kinger went to team kill JM Beast on the ground there after, because, you know, JM Beast did it to Rapid very, very early on. And now when JM Beast went down, Kinger was like, you know what, I'm going to team kill you now. But regardless, they do find the win, despite being in a 4-on-5 very early on. So that is going to be 1-0 series score here for the Saints. You have Rapid and Kinger putting on a show today. It's going to be 14 for Rapid, 12 for Kinger, 26 combined. And I'm like, what's new?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what else is new? Like, I mean, those two players all season have been the best players for St. Clair. They've been fragging out consistently, and I mean, I really feel like a lot of this was St. Clair's their aggression paying off, and I feel like just didn't really go punish as well. And we were talking about before it even started, it was probably going to be a 2-0. It was going to be a St. Clair victory, and you saw even in the rounds where you feel like they made a mistake or they went too aggressive, they were still able to turn it around and find the round wins. And I mean, for St. Clair, it is a confidence booster. Yes, it doesn't really feel too competitive, but you are getting your reps in with all these players, and the fact that, you know, Char's and Untold Warrior get their chances to play with the team every single time you play together in any kind of competitive setting, it upgrades your team in exponential ways.
100%. So 7-1 win. They're looking to move it on here now to game number 2. I believe that one is on Villa here coming through. So yeah, well, I mean, we'll see that one, a fresh little slate, but I think with the Saints winning that one so dominantly, we kind of have our ideas of where the series is headed. But without further ado, I think we are going to send this one to a quick little 2 or 3 minute break here as everybody is getting ready to hop into this next game. So with that being said, my name is Jackson Pride Brown. I join alongside John Billbangs Wadima, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a few minutes.